Welcome to another trade recap. Holy ban, holy motherfucker. Both these trades look like they hit, right? Both of them look like they hit. I went break even on both. Well, I went break even the first one, and then I got in the second one and got out like 30 seconds later because it's like, I've already taken one break even today. This isn't the best trade. And it was before 10 a.m., but we'll get into that, okay? Okay, let's come 5 minutes after market open. What happens? So, just before market opened, we swept previous day low. We swept previous day low. Obviously bearish on the higher time frame at the moment. And ultimately, I was targeting this draw here, which was. Oh wait. Ultimately, I was targeting this draw here, which was previous weekly low. And it's also a weekly gap. If you can see, it's a weekly gap here. So I'm definitely aiming towards there. Bearish the past 2 days now, I believe. And what we were doing on the higher time frame, every time we had a massive aggressive move up and then a massive aggressive move down. Massive move up, aggressive move down. And what do we keep doing? We keep coming into the first presented 15-minute gaps and having a strong reaction down. Let me just put that green. Oh, okay, that doesn't work. Look. And what happened today? We had previous week low down here. Oh, I'll skip forward, haven't I? How do I skip forward? I don't get that. Just like that. So we came up immediately. We swept previous day low. We re-swept it. Had an S&T at the low. Then an inversion at the upside with an unfilled 15-minute here. This is like bread and butter trade, but it's before it's pre-market. And I've never taken a trade pre-market in my life. Would have banged, but no, we didn't take it. So then what happens? We come to the 15-minute first presented. And I'm thinking, did have a major bullish move up, but this is proven to hold time and time again. And we have major draws below, which we haven't come down to yet. And what's more, we had a great break-even point at a 5-minute gap just here, which gets created in 1 minute. Oh no, so it's created now. Okay. Then I see, let's get rid of that. ES, being the more bearish on the day, has actually re-swept the high inside the 15-minute, whereas NQ hasn't re-swept the high. So we can create a bearish S&T here. And when your more bearish asset, which was ES, creates a bullish, or actually, I'll down to explain this. Because ES has been more bearish, we can have a bearish S&T from this high. Yeah, from these smooth highs, I believe. However, we have a switch. It's still a bearish S&T, but a different asset is lower than the other, if that makes sense. When that happens, I call it an S&T squared. It's so good. And what do we have? A massive 1 minute IFVG here. Now, I am fairly convinced at this point that we're going to come down to this 5 minute. We do have a 2 minute here, which we haven't closed. What do we? I think this had a minute left on the 2 minute, but we looked so bearish that I was willing to take this this short, and we needed 2.4R to pass my evals, right? And what do I aim for? Exactly bloody that. Which is part of the reason why I went. Well, I won't break in at this 5 minute, and usually, if I'm live and funded, no matter what, I take partials at 1 to 1, whether that's 60% or usually I try to meet the firm's like minimum trading day. So if it's like $250, I'll try and get $250 out, or if it's like $300, I'll try and get $300 out. So that might be 60%, but always at 1 to 1, I'll take partials. If I think it's going to go lower, I'll just set my limit there. And unfortunately, because we're an eval and I'm just like, money, 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 I need to pass as quickly as possible. Thinking, oh yeah, it's gonna completely go down. Oh my god, look, we are very close to my target here. But no, what do we do on ES? Which I do see. We sweep our previous day low. Which I'm honestly, I'll probably take another partial live. But me being greedy and not having long left to pass this funded account, I just wanted to hold, and that resulted in me getting broke even. Boop. And here I'm like, ooh, could we get a re-entry here? So what happened? What am I doing? I don't know. What happened was we created an S&T on ES at this high after coming up after ES swept previous day low. We're also respecting this first presented 1 minute. We're respecting the 3 minute or highest time frame being a 4 minute. So I'm thinking, okay, I don't mind this. We also have a 30-second version here. You can see there's so many drawings on the bloody thing now. We have 30-second inversion hit to the downside, and also we get a 30-second change in the state, which is what I was waiting for. And I put a limit order at this change of the state, we get filled, and then for some reason I get scared. I don't know. I don't know what happened. Like, we do have a narrative to come lower. I'm very bearish for these draws. We have an S&T. However, I've never really taken a 4 minute live before. It's always just been back testing. And like immediate draws wise, we didn't have much. I had a 5 minute intermediate low. That's not great. And we've distributed from this 5 minute, and we're close to inversing the 3 minute. We came up all the way here. It was also close to 10 a.m. So at 10 a.m., 3 candles later, we could get a big wick up, wick down. I don't know. You'd have to be really convinced in this draw, and because we protected over here at high resistance at previous day low, we're in between two high resistance. So honestly, this was the trade of the day for me. I'll say even the pre-market trade was better than this trade. So we do get out, which I think is the right thing to do. But what ends up happening? Yeah, absolute smacks. Absolute smacks. and both of these would have passed my eval, which I found very infuriating, and still do. But that's how you blow evals. You fuck up, um, because you're so angry that you got break even twice when they both ran and passed your eval. I've had this eval for 3 weeks now, which is way too long, way too long. But um, I've been learning how to trade all-time highs. It's been very, very low frequency trading, and now we're getting a bit of a pullback, which is nice. And honestly, I've got just 3 more days, so I've got to get either a high R trade or um, 3 wins or two medium wins. Um, but I don't know. We'll see. And that kind of factored into why I did hold here, because I've only got 3 days left. I was like, oh, let's just get it done. Let's just get it done. But yeah, obviously the right thing to do was to take a 1-to-1 there. Because we were really bullish before. I should have taken a 1-to-1. However, I'm just a gimp and wanted to hold, which is fine. Which is fine. Sometimes that plays. You never know. Um, but yeah, break even of the day. Yesterday I took an L. All it was literally 9:30 open, and then a 30-second inverse to the upside, which had no bullish momentum. Like we whipped like C of the 30-minute, and then we came up inversed. Actually, let me show you. Let me show you. Let me show you. Where were we yesterday? I just didn't read a cap because there was no good information. It's such a bad trade. Um, let's market open here. Yeah. Okay. So at market open, we create a 30-minute gap. We're delivering from somewhere down here. I think maybe before our order block. A 30-minute gap here. We have wicked CE. Go back one to show you. And on a 30-second time frame, I see a lovely gap that forms. Get rid of that shit. And we've got stat LR leading to an hourly or 15-minute intermediate. And yeah, I wanted to wait for a CISD here, right? I literally said live, okay, I'm gonna wait for a CISD. I mark out this one, which is not even the correct CISD because it's not a low or a high. This is the correct CISD. And also, we don't even get the CISD. We don't even get it. I was tired. I literally had my last exam that day for uni. I sat like 5 hours, and it's resulted in me trading like absolute shit. So I took this position, and it got sold out immediately. And if we were long bias for the day, honestly, more displacement than pop above this candle. Honestly, that's a decent trade. Let's target of 1-to-1. Lines with this high here, that's a good trade. But I knew I wanted that confirmation. I said out, I literally remember saying it out loud and I just ignored it, which is stupid. And that's how we'd lost. And we could have made it all back today. But no, break even. For goodness sake. Oh, why'd I do that, man? It's annoying as fuck. Oh, I'll learn. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.